The room went silent when my sister pushed my daughter's chair back with her foot and said, loud enough for everyone to hear, "She can sit somewhere else. This table is for my kids." I felt the heat rush to my face as 12-year-old Lily froze, her hands clenched around a paper plate, like it was the only thing keeping her upright. The music stopped. Forks hovered midair. And in that one brutal moment, my sister didn't just embarrass me. She taught my daughter what it feels like to be judged for being poor. I swallowed my pride, because that's what I've been doing my whole life. We were at a family birthday party, the kind with rented chairs and cheap balloons, the kind my sister could afford without blinking. I brought Lily in her best dress, thrifted but clean, ironed that morning with shaking hands. My sister, on the other hand, arrived late in heels that probably cost more than my rent, her kids in matching outfits, laughing like the world had always made room for them. I wanted to scream. Instead, I nodded, moved Lily to a folding chair by the wall, and whispered that it was okay. She nodded back, brave in that quiet way that breaks your heart. My sister smiled like she'd won something. She always had. She married rich, built a life where money smoothed every rough edge. I worked 2 jobs, raised Lily alone, and learned how to stretch a dollar until it cried. And somehow, in my sister's mind, that made me and my daughter less than. That night, Lily asked me a question I wasn't ready for. "Mom," she said, staring at the ceiling, "are we embarrassing?" I promised her we weren't. But inside, something cracked. Not with anger, with resolve. A month later, my sister called me in a panic. Her husband's company was under audit. Donations to their foundation were being reviewed. She needed help, specifically mine. You see, what she loved to forget was that before life knocked me down, I'd been good with numbers. Really good. I'd once helped her set up that very foundation, the one she used for tax breaks and photo ops. And I still had copies of everything. I didn't threaten her. I didn't yell. I simply said I'd look things over. What I found wasn't illegal, but it was messy, sloppy, donations misattributed, receipts missing context. The kind of stuff that wouldn't land you in jail, but would absolutely destroy a carefully crafted image. The kind of stuff donors would want clarified, publicly. So I did the most devastating thing I could think of. I told the truth calmly and completely, to the board members she'd been performing for. I asked questions. I provided documentation. I never raised my voice. The fallout was instant. Invitations dried up. Whispers followed her into rooms. Her foundation didn't collapse, but it shrank. And for the first time in years, my sister had to sit with discomfort she couldn't buy her way out of. She showed up at my door one evening, mascara smudged, pride gone. She looked smaller than I remembered. "I didn't think it mattered," she said. What I said, about Lily. I looked past her at my daughter, doing homework at the table, focused and unbroken. "It mattered," I said, "because she heard you." My sister cried, apologized, asked for forgiveness. I didn't give it right away. Forgiveness isn't a transaction, but I did set a boundary. Lily would never be made to feel less again. Not by family, not by anyone. At the next gathering, my sister pulled out a chair at the center of the table and called Lily over herself. No announcement, no spectacle, just a quiet correction. Lily sat down, smiled, and started talking about her science project like she belonged. Because she always had. Revenge doesn't always look like destruction. Sometimes it looks like dignity reclaimed. Sometimes it's teaching someone that wealth can buy comfort, but it can't buy class. And sometimes the most powerful payback is making sure your child never questions her worth again.